Hello. So let's continue our previous talk on the QoS on the open source firewall. So last time we used the TC basic classifier for the traffic shaping. And so this is the XDB tools I forked and cloned from the upstream XDB tools. And here is the code. So this time I modified the code here for the BPF program. So previously we just hard code the TCP port in the TC program. In this filter BPF program, we hard coded the TCP port, but now we can use a BPF map for the TCP port here. So we have a class filter port map. We also have a class filter IP map for traffic shaping based on the destination IP. So, but for the TCP port, we can do traffic shaping based on the destination port, and then we can do the based on the destination port here. We get the destination port, and then we do once we get the destination port here, we can do the TCP port lookup from this BPF map, and then once we found the port, we can assign the class ID associated with the port to the SKB class ID. Yeah. So yeah, again, so for the port map here, we have the port as the key, TCP port as the key, and the value as the class ID, right? So then we also have this user space program to manage the TCP port. So you can at a runtime you can add a TCP port with a class, with the rate and the traffic rate, to add the port to the BPF map. Okay, so this is the improvement, and let me do the demonstration here. Okay, so our demonstration would be this same traffic diagram here. So this is our open source firewall, and we can, by the way, we can specify the port range. For example, here for class 110, we rate limited to 80 megabit per second, and for the port we specify port 8080 to port 8081. So these two ports will be rate limited to 8 megabit per second. For 40 megabit per second with class ID 120, we have this port 8082 and port 883. And so the other one, the third one is for the one class ID 130. It's 20 megabit per second. And for port 8084. So here on the internet side, say for the demonstration, we run a iPerf server to listening on those port. Okay, so on the green network, home network side, we run an iPerf client to generate the traffic. Okay, so this is a diagram, and this is our open source firewall. And so I have the program uploaded here. So this is a BPF program. This is a user space program. We can check the user space help, command help. And see here, we can add a port. We can attach the program, like attach BPF program to the interface. Okay, so let's run it. Class filter -a -I. Okay, let me just find the class filter here. So I already have command here. So this is a one command. So this is the one command. The user space program will attach the BPF. We attach this BPF program to the red 0 interface. Okay. So now we have the program attached, and you can see here there is a two BPF map created. We can use BPF. We can use BPF tool map to check the check the BPF map. So here we have the BPF map class filter port, and yeah. So also you can check the /sysfs BPF global TC global. So here is the two. One is for the IP map, another is for the TCP TCP port map. Okay. So yeah, and you can run this -l command, class filter. Oh, we have not added the port yet, so let's add the port to the BPF map. So here we run this command. So here we on the same interface, red 0 interface, we add port with port range 8080 to 8081, and so this is a class ID 110 10, and this is a rate limit 8 megabit per second. Okay, let's enter this program. And so we have the class set up. So here we added the TC class 110, and we added this TCP port to the class, this TCP port range to the class ID 110. Okay, so let's add another 82 to 83 with a class 20 limited to 40 megabit per second. Again, we added the TC class 120 and added the port to the associated this two port to the class 120 and with rate 40 megabit. So we can run this command to double check. So this command actually lists the BPF map key and value. So here the key, the port. So port 8082 map to class ID 120. So which would be a 40 megabit per second limit. So port 8080 key value classified to associated with class 110. Okay, so same for other port. Okay, so now we set up the. We can also check the TC-J. So we run the TC command class to show if we have the proper class set up. So here we have class 110 with 80 megabit per second. We will have class 120 with 40 megabit per second. So the default class is 130 with 20 megabit per second. Okay, so the TC class is set up properly, and yeah. So now let's do the test from the eBPF client. So this is eBPF client. Let's run eBPF to port 80. Remember, the port 80 and port 8081 is classified to 110, which has 80 megabit per second throughput. Let's see if it's if confirms the if it is the so 80 megabit per second, 75. So it is close to 80 megabit per second, right? So it's not, again, for the QoS, it's not exact the same 80 megabit per second. So it's more or less close to the 80 megabit per second. So this is for port 8080, port 8080. So the port 8081, we should see the same because they are classified to class ID 110. So again, more or less to 80 megabit per second. So now let's send the traffic to port 8082, which should be classified to class ID 20 and with 40 megabit per second throughput. See, it's the bit rate dropped, and it's close to the 40 megabit per second. Again, to port 8083, same to class ID 20, and rate limit 40 megabit per second. Okay, it's close to 40 megabit per second, and so we have a default class 130. Which should be classified, which should have rate limited 20 megabit. So this guy, it should have 20 megabit per second throughput. That's the default one. Okay. All right. So this is again, this is a diagram here. Okay, so yeah, and also I like to mention that this this help message, and it shows you how you can run this program, and yeah, I can show you the source code here again. So this is the user space source code in the under the TC basic classifier. So when it actually will call the TC command to set up the TC class. And also populated the BPF TCP port map. So with this single program, you can set up the QoS based on the destination port, or based on the destination IP. And so again, this is only for egress, because TC class for QDisk is only for traffic shaping for egress traffic. And the next time we need to do something with ingress with this guy if B0, and but we can leave it to next video for the ingress traffic shaping. And another thing that you can run this program, this TC basic classifier program, on any Linux machine, not necessarily on the open source firewall that I run. You can run on Ubuntu or Fedora or any Linux distribution that support the BPF, eBPF. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say, and thanks for watching.